The Indianapolis Colts inside defensive line room is one of the best in the NFL. The top two are some of the two best dynamic duos on the inside of the defensive line. Name a better duo out there. You go and you look through this defensive line room, it is solid. It is solid. It is top loaded with Deforest Buckner and Stewart. Then you have some amazing rotational pieces. Chris Williams. Let's see what Eric Johnson has. Dangbo. And one of my favorites, the steal in the 6th round out of Cincinnati, Curtis Brooks. So pumped up that we got him late. I was so happy about this pick. RJ McIntosh, I really don't know who that is, to be honest with you. I'm going to be really honest with you. I don't know who that is. But let's go back to the top. Stewart. No, we're going to start with DeForest Buckner. DeForest Buckner, we all know, is a force to be reckoned with. He requires double teams and sometimes triple teams. And he has the ability to create for the rest of the defensive line. He makes it much more difficult on the offensive line in the run game. Having to block him, double team him. And then now with Yannick Ngakoue being a very good pass rusher, and then you have Kwity Paye, who is developing into a very good pass rusher, had an insane amount of pressures last year, especially for a rookie. Not going to be as easy to just double team and focus on one guy, and vice versa. These edge rushers are going to open up things for Buckner and Stewart. Stewart and Buckner are going to open things up for Kwity and Yannick. You can't double team everyone. You can't focus on one of these guys. Forrest Buckner is the primary focus, but you can't take these other guys lightly. That brings us to Grover Stewart. Grover Stewart is an incredibly underrated talent in the National Football League. He is one of the best run defenders in the league, especially in the defensive line. He is just one of the best run defenders in the league on the defensive line. You go and you watch his play. He pushes the pocket. He requires double teams to push him out of the way if you want to run in his direction. So, man, I love this kid. He does struggle in pass rush a bit, and that's fair. That is a logical statement. He just struggles in the pass game. He struggles, but he does push the pocket, which is very important. It makes it difficult for the quarterback to step up. It makes it difficult for him to get comfortable in the pocket, because Stewart is always going to be there. Double teamed or not, he's still going to push that pocket. Running or not, he's going to push that pocket. This dude makes a lot of big plays that go unnoticed because they're in the trenches. A lot of times, these guys don't get the recognition that they deserve. You see so many defensive tackles that just don't get the recognition that they deserve because people look at the stats. A lot of people look at the stats and the quick things to assume. You go through and you dig through tape, you see a lot of these defensive tackles are doing a lot more than you think. A lot more than you think. So then you move on. Dangbo was the big kid that we drafted out of Vanderbilt. He had an Achilles injury. Tore his Achilles. It was bad. Anytime you have an injury like that, it's terrifying. It's scary. It is painful. So, Dangmo, you look at his stature, he is big. His wingspan is longer than Buckner's, which is absolutely wild. It means it's going to be very difficult for offensive linemen to get their hands on him. And on top of that, he is extremely strong, fast, twitchy. This kid has all the makings in the world to be another dynamic defensive tackle. He has the chances to be like a DeForest Buckner if he can stay healthy. He is a phenomenal. If you have Dangmo as a, even though he's all unproven, we know how talented this kid is. We know all the traits. We know all the tangibles that he has, and he has the tangibles to succeed in this league. You gotta see him stay healthy, and he will. He will. I have so much confidence in this kid. Love the kid. Hard worker, great character, as all these guys are. This kid is gonna do something. It's gonna surprise a lot of people this year. Then you go to your Chris Williams, your Eric Johnson, your Curtis Brooks. Even though Curtis Brooks, I would say, for being drafted in the 6th round, Curtis Brooks is an amazing rotational piece. You know, you go and you talk to some of the other Cincinnati players, you know, Amon Garner, Sauce, those kind of guys, and they wonder why he fell so late, because they thought he was, you know, a big part of that Cincinnati defense, and absolutely he was. Huge part in that defense. So, and then Eric Johnson is very twitchy. He's a little raw, but he has a lot of upside. A lot of upside. But he's very raw. So, Chris Williams, I don't know too much about. I believe he was from the Cowboys, you know, like 2 years ago. Saw a rotational piece, not special. But RJ McIntosh, I don't know who that is. To be honest with you, I don't know who that is. But yeah, man, you know, you look at this defensive line room, and it, even though there's a lot of unproven talent, this can be the best defensive line room in the NFL. Just interior, though. I'm not talking about edge rusher. Now, Aaron Donald by himself makes it difficult to compete for that number 1. But depth-wise, behind the number 1, it is one of the best groups in the NFL, if it's not the best. So, I thank you guys for tuning in to the JDW Sports Talk Show, where every fan is welcome. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, put the post notification bell on. If you did, enjoy. So, this is JDW Sports Talk Show, signing off.